Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thanks for joining us on Support Local Film Colorado. I am Julia Weinstein, and I'm here with the one and only Hunter F. Burns. Say hello.
Hello, Julia. How are you doing today?
You know, I'm actually doing really awesome right now. I'm like super excited. But before we go on to the part that I'm most excited about, you have some news for us.
Yes, I do. And this is just equally exciting to the very fun podcast we have all throughout today. But I just want to remind people, if they haven't already, like and subscribe to the podcast, because if you don't, you're not going to hear about exciting events like these. It's the Native American documentary series in Longmont, Colorado. It's November 6th, 13th, and 20th. If this is early for you, or you're like, that's 2 months away, or if that's tomorrow, you better mark that in your calendars, because this is 3 different documentaries, all at the Stewart Auditorium in Longmont, just highlighting Native American stories. I mean, we love people who don't get talked about a lot, right, Julia?
Yeah, especially. That's kind of our goal here.
Yeah, it's kind of our goal. It's our whole thing.
Yeah.
You know, who doesn't get talked about enough than Native American filmmakers? I mean, obviously, you have the Reservation Dogs. That's an excellent show. It's so much fun. And it's just showing how much talent we haven't even had a chance to talk to about yet. And that's why I think everyone should put in their calendars November 6th, 13th, and 20th, the Native American documentary series at the Stewart Auditorium. Put it in your calendar. Make sure to come out and support Native American film. But when you're not doing that, Julia, maybe you should go to a bed and breakfast.
I would love to go to a bed and breakfast. You know what? I would also like to go to a bed and breakfast that has the most amazing bell and the most amazing owner ever. And today we are fortunate enough to know people who went through the whole experience of making a mockumentary of a bed and breakfast. Your amazing project that Monty is repping right now.
Swag.
Swag.
The whole swag, the white tiger necklace here, my spirit animal.
Yeah, you better tell us where those shirts are available. But first, tell us who you are and what you do.
Ooh, well, we'll get to the, I think you'll get to the shirts here in a little bit then. My name is Monty Dixon. I'm from Virginia. I'm a Denver-based filmmaker who created what I consider to be a fabulous show, and the show that I can rewatch and love over and over again. B&B, baby.
B&B.
B&B's B&B on YouTube.
That's so fancy.
And you co-create the show with Kat, who, and not only does she act in it, she just blows people away.
Yes.
Your character is amazing.
Poor Belle, yes. I play Belle in B&B, and I help co-create the show, and I'm an actor and a filmmaker here in Denver as well.
And it's fun because you're not just playing a character named Belle. You're a bellhop named Belle.
Bellhop named Belle, yes.
And that kind of gives the whole vibe of the series in just one glimpse, because you see exactly how the show is going to go when you see this character named Belle, who's a bellhop, who, oh boy.
Sweet poor Belle. Sweet. She really is trying. That's what we like to say.
Yes.
She really is trying.
Yes.
Hello. Hi, ma'am. Hello?
Hi. I've always wanted to be a bellhop ever since I was 6 months old. My mom told me when I came out of the womb that I was carrying 2 saddlebags, poised at the ready. Anyway, this is the first place that has given me an opportunity to actually do this. And I swear to God, I'm not gonna let them down.
When I was watching the series, maybe the impression that I got was that all of these people need like a professional minder. Like if they were going to go to a doctor's office, they couldn't go by themselves.
I can relate to that as a human. So
And obviously, as a human being, you can do that. You can call the doctor's office. You just might be a little anxious to do so. But none of these characters, they're all written from like well-meaning, funny. Some of them are actually smart. But at the same time, I'm like, how do you get in your car and drive places?
And I think it's funny because it's actually based on a true story, right?
A true place. A true place. Like, me and my buddy back home, Tyler Hall, in Virginia, made for lovers. Come on. We started it. We were at another friend's house, Madison Malone. She gets special thanks as well, and Fiona Malone's house. They owned a house, and then beside it, they owned another beautiful Victorian-style house that they were going to turn into a bed and breakfast. And it was like their goal as a family. And I thought, to Tyler, I said, wouldn't it be funny if we just did like a mockumentary style show based on this being completely mismanaged and all these people come in and you have all these activities. So we had a couple glasses of wine, a couple straight nights, and nothing got done. And we dropped the idea basically completely, but it never left my mind. And I kept telling people about the show, and people were like not quite understanding what I was going for. And as I moved to Denver, I was like, what about this kind of thing? I kind of bring it up to people. So 5 years go by, a pandemic hits, and I'm like, what if it was the apartment we're living in, this townhouse we're living in, and it's so broken down and mismanaged and old, and what if that's part of the humor? And then the pandemic comes along, and I'm like, that's just a natural struggle that we can add into the show, and that way we don't have to stop filming. We can actually add masks in or whatnot, and that will help us not have to cancel anything.
I did like that Belle was so committed to this this B&B that she lived in the basement.
Yes. Yeah, it worked out though. Like, I think living, like Monty said, we lived in this place, so it kind of served us perfectly. It's like I had this idea, and we moved into this old, dilapidated, hey, R.I.P. Cherokee House. We don't live there anymore, but it served us well because it was able to be the set, and during COVID, and we really couldn't go anywhere or do anything. So we're like, great, we have this house.
You know, that's
Perfect.
funny you guys talk about it. It's like a comedy series set during COVID. It feels so natural because it's just so strange. And we see from the very beginning exactly how all this is going to turn out. And that's what makes it, like, in my mind, it makes it very natural. Like, these people, these circumstances, it's just like COVID itself. It's almost a metaphor. But comedy in general has struggled so much since the pandemic. No one wants to be funny anymore. Like, you know, what you say really will get criticized, or what you do may like impact other people. So how do we bring back comedy in this age?
A huge part of what I believe comedy is always boundary pushing. You're pushing boundaries, but you're making fun of yourself all the time. Like, Bradley is a prime example of a version of me that is just heightened. Almost every character. Exploring Belle is also a version. I believe that I was never naturally good at anything, but I have put in an immense amount of hard work and ignorance into everything that I do, that I believe you almost, at least I like to believe, you want to root for that character. You want to root for this person that is such a try hard, and maybe they'll never quite be that good, but you're like, please, like, something go right for them here. And I think that's what Bradley and Belle represent of me in the show. And I think if you can make fun of yourself within comedy, then you can make fun of dark moments too, and you can make fun of everybody, because you go, I'm not better than you. I am also ridiculous and apocryphal, and I suffered these traumatic events too. And that's at least my take on how to bring it into dark moments.
I agree. I think so much of, I mean, to me, truth is comedy. I'm just looking back at the things that I've been through in my life, and if I cannot laugh at those things, I am a goner. Comedy gets me through it, period. And maybe there's a period of time when it's really immediate where you're not going to be able to laugh yet, but give it some time and some space, and it's like, if I'm not laughing at it, I'm done.
Yeah, once you get to the point where you can laugh about it, that's when the real healing happens.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, and I do like how Todd Babcock, he talks about comedy as almost extreme realism.
Yeah.
Like very real, but almost to like the exaggerated point where it's like it's so much that it's like, what else are you gonna do but laugh?
Yes.
And I think that's a great way to look at it.
And like, how to bring it back, you know, like you were saying, like, how do we bring comedy back? I don't know. You know, like, I just know, just do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just like to have fun, and I don't think that the mainstream's like objectivity should matter anymore. Like, it's worrying less about, oh, we need to bring it, we need to make it happen for everybody, and just go, no, like, for us, like, let's have fun and do this thing.
Yeah.
And it was such a serious time.
Yeah.
I feel like I hadn't been able to laugh at all.
Yeah, and what
I
better
want to take
time
that,
to
so.
like, I feel like, and I might be talking for myself, but I'm so hungry to laugh. I'm so hungry for comedy. And I learned something. So this is kind of like So my mother passed away a long time ago, and I remember the day of her funeral. I was like, I'm going to go see a movie. I need to go see a lighthearted movie that's going to make me laugh and make me feel good because I need to get away from this. I need to go laugh. So we went to go see, do you guys know The Family Stone? I think it's called, with Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Okay, when I had seen the trailer, I thought it was a nice little feel-good movie about a family and a comedy and a rom-com and all this stuff. Well, it turns out in the film, the mother dies. So on the day of my mother's funeral, I went to go see this movie, and all of a sudden, the mom starts getting sick, and I'm with a couple people, and we all start looking at each other, and they're like, oh God, what's she gonna do? Is she gonna be okay? And then the mom dies, and I lose it. I start laughing hysterically because the moment, it was like, it was all I could do. So much, I had cried so much, and everything was so tragic that immediately I was like, this is hilarious. And I felt the same release from laughing that I did all day from crying, maybe if not more. And I learned in that moment that I'm like, these two things come from the same place. I need both of them equally. So
A, everyone in that theater thought you were a psychopath.
that's okay.
And B, I think what you're saying is that laughter and tears coming from the same place. I think that's genuinely true. I think that our trauma kind of becomes our well of comedy. And it's interesting to see that kind of play out in subtle little ways in B&B, especially with the way Monty plays it, where, you know, these guys who are, you know, really not good at anything, trying so hard and earnestly. It really shows the human spirit in a fun way, and I love B&B's B&B. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure you do. But until then, it's game time.
Oh,
Game time!
this is what I've been waiting for. Can I tell you really quick, by the way?
Go for it.
Amber Wyatt, I listened to her episode and I was so
I
jealous.
love Amber.
She was phenomenal. And you guys did a Dolly Parton, and I am obsessed with Dolly, and I got those all. I was like, come on, girl, you got this. So anyway, I just wanted to say that. If we get these all wrong.
I'm going to Horsetooth tomorrow with Amber. I was like, yes, I'm so coming over.
It's very exciting, and I think you guys are really, really gonna hate this. Because I knew there was a hotel thing, so I picked the Grand Budapest Hotel, which you guys apparently know nothing about, as I learned.
I've seen it. I've
Good.
seen it like once, but it's been a minute.
That's okay.
No.
This is really all about, you know, the hotel business in general. So, but through Wes Anderson's eyes, and if Wes Anderson's done it, then you know it's done a specific way.
Very
Which
much.
is, that leads us to question one. Harvey Keitel really slapped Tony Ravioli, the character who plays Zero, every single take for the scene where he slaps him across the face in the movie. How many takes did they do? Was it A, 10, B, 20, C, 37, or D, 42?
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. Go see. Okay.
B.
Incorrect. It was D.
We should give him half a point because Kat was so on
Yeah,
it.
Cat wanted to be. Come on, at least she gets that point. I don't.
I'll
Yeah.
give Kat the point.
Kat got the point, and then
This
Monty
is
did
what I
it.
learned during all the creating of B&B was she ain't never wrong.
That's always the right
Follow
answer.
that instinct. So, Wes Anderson really had Harvey Keitel slap Tony Ravioli 42 times across the face
Oh my God.
for a good take. Anyway,
Yikes. Was his hand red? His face red? You know?
I'm sure Tony Ravioli didn't have a cheek by the end of it, but that means that we're gonna have to slap Monty silly if he doesn't get through this quiz. She only has to answer one more question right, and if you don't get all your questions right, I'm gonna have to kick you off the show. And That's gonna be no fun at all.
Yeah, so Monty,
gosh.
come on.
Come on, Monty.
Can I
Only
personally,
chatting.
can I be the slapper? I would like to volunteer.
Yes.
There are several Agatha Christie references in Grand Budapest, but which murder mystery written by Christie is referenced by name in the story? Is it A, 10 Little Indians, B, Murder on the Orient Express, C, 4050 to Paddington, or D, A Murder is Announced?
I can't even come up with a.
You're so evil. Your face right now. He's like,
Oh, is that a hint? Ooh, that might be a hint. It might be D again, but the murder.
You think so?
Ooh, or the Orient Express.
No,
Maybe B. Maybe B for B and
I was
B.
gonna pick B for
Okay,
B&B.
okay, let's do it.
But this is your
This
decision.
is his.
No, this is your decision. We're gonna go B as in B&B.
That was very clever. But no, it's actually they take the 450 to Paddington in the movie. So
Is that what letter was that?
C.
See?
My science teacher told me.
Oh, this evil laughter.
Oh.
Oh, it gets. Just wait. If
That's
you see him
okay.
on set, oh gosh.
Boy with Apple, the painting that's the center of the Budapest Hotel. That's an original painting in the movie by Taylor Williamson, and now it rests in a very specific place. Is it A, at the hotel where the filming took place? Is it B, in Wes Anderson's London office? Of course. C, at the museum in Prague Jeff Goldblum was killed in the movie? Or is it in D, Laura Dern's house?
I can't stand how much I love this.
I want to go with D.
Really?
No.
I was going with I was thinking The Office. The Office in London, of course.
What about? Well, yeah, maybe that. But is
The
he
Office.
tricking us? He's evil laughing over there.
I feel like the museum ones can't be.
Maybe the B because of B&B. We do it
Is
again.
that too obvious too?
I like,
Is it at the
I like
hotel?
C the
Maybe
most.
it's at the
but-
hotel. This is crazy.
Wait, we can do separate answers. Can we do
Can
separate?
we do separate?
Monty, I would not do separate answers with your track record, bud. You want the point.
Listen, this is all Bradley and Bella are about. The
Okay.
ignorance.
No,
They
no.
think they're great at what they're doing.
I'm going with The Office. I'm going with The Office.
Is that C?
That was B.
That's B. Okay, we're going for B as in B&B.
And combining your points together so it averages out all right, you are correct.
Delightful.
Very, very
Yeah.
amusing. I think
Yeah.
that's the most amusing people have gotten
Yeah.
trying to figure out the
terrifying.
answer.
Now-
That's okay.
Put their two shot in. Now slap him.
Yes. Wait, can I do that better?
Yeah.
Welcome back. We are no longer in a slapping fit. Now we're on to figure out what's next with Monty and Kat.
Well, you can definitely keep checking out B&B released every Friday. So once that's done, my good friend Sky Folsom and I wrote Wrestlers. Sky Folsom plays Bradley in B&B. And so we're working on getting that produced, which is a mixture of Napoleon Dynamite and Letterkenny.
Oh, very fun.
Yes. So it'll be
Oh, I love Letterkenny.
I love
That's
Letterkenny.
one of my guilty pleasures is that show.
Guilty pleasures. It is modern Shakespeare.
Yes. I have a question. Do you have to watch it with subtitles? Am I the only one?
Yes.
Yes, you have
So
to.
quick.
No, they talk way too quick, and all the like slang, the Canadian slang, is so hard to catch up on.
Yes.
And if you watch it, it's funny because you watch that show. So I'm gonna stop going off on Letterkenny in just a minute, but if you watch it over and over again, I feel like I pick up something different every time.
Those.
Yes, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man, such a good show.
Anyways, about your show.
She'll be directing it.
Oh, look at you
That'll
being a
still be
director.
Yes. Her first time truly stepping into that.
That's so
that
fun.
realm. Pumped about.
Yeah.
We're also working on. We have a big project coming out. We're working on right now. That is a prequel to Tombstone, the movie.
Oh, okay.
We already found a location, which is a western town that has been held up, like stayed that way in Colorado. That some guy purchased. That our friends reached out to, and he was like, "Yeah, you can come shoot here."
Yeah,
So-
we can keep you posted on that because we're kind of we're the test crew. He wants to start, he wants to use it as a filming location, and he just doesn't know how to do that. So he's kind of like letting us, our little rinky-dink production, show up and just to test it and see. Like, I shouldn't say
Rinky-dink.
it's actually becoming less rinky-dink, but we're more beginning filmmakers. So he's like, yeah, I'm gonna test it with y'all. So just come on down.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You should have him come on to our show. We'll make that place a packed full of people.
Well,
And then everyone will want to come and watch you guys make your movie.
Yeah.
Because we're that popular.
We have, remember, packed full of people for a small, like, little abandoned town. That's like 10.
Yeah.
We can manage 10, really.
I guess we know 10 people. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've had about 30 episodes, so
Yeah.
that's fair.
A third of those people would say yes.
Yeah.
I do want to shout out the name of the creator of that show. It's called Danger Street Pilot. He's one of inspired by in Colorado people right now, and that's Jared Briggs, an
Yeah.
up and coming great writer, phenomenal writer. So
Awesome. We'll have to
look,
check it
look
out.
for him.
I am curious because I know it's like a lot of people from the studio come together from Babcock's and like make stuff like the B&B and Tab Out. Have you guys been able to find other filmmakers like within like from CFS or like from CU Denver or just other filmmakers from around? or is it just mainly like who you know right now?
Ooh, you should talk about Mark Connolly.
Well, we got a delightful friend. This is another. I feel like we have a bunch going on talking about it live here. So we got those two pilots that we're working on, but her and I just got cast as boyfriend girlfriend in a show that's going to be created by Mark Connolly. I don't know if you know him, but
he's been in a lot of their student films. Like he's to me he's famous because I feel like he shows up so often. He's such a wonderful. He's got an Emmy. He's an Emmy award winning
really?
For narration. His voice is nuts.
Oh, you should have him on. He would just his voice.
NPR.
Yeah.
Talk about our NPR
Yeah.
stuff.
And the cool thing is his brother, who he says is like renowned as a horror film writer, is actually the writers that he produces into these scripts that he's looking to put on Hulu. I can't remember the show he's basing it on. That's on Hulu.
I can't either.
But it's very interesting toned, and her family is a werewolf family. And this is the first time I get introduced to them. So
Werewolf family.
Werewolf.
I don't know.
we're werewolves, not werewolves.
A lot of the in the project we're working on, the Danger Street, we're hiring a lot of like crew members and stuff from the schools and stuff. I don't know any of their names right now. It's so new, but
Yes.
I feel like this is like, for me, we're starting to dip our toes into that because that's something that we lack for sure is crew. Like we're a bunch of actors who want to make films. So we're like, oh, we need to do all those other things.
Oh, come on, chat with us. We know all sorts of people.
Yeah,
good.
we'll get you connected. Well, and I love that though, because like I'm like you guys, I'm an actor, but I started getting involved with film outside of being an actor, and I don't know. I'd love to talk to you about this real quick. How does that feel, being able to know what it's like to be a director, know what it's like to be behind the camera, and like know how to work sound and edit and all that stuff? Like, how does that translate into your acting?
And editing is one thing for sure, because we've been doing a lot of editing with B&B, and I love editing, but I didn't realize how much editing can completely, it is the story. Like when they say it ends up in the editor, it's the editor's story once in it. Oh my gosh. And editing yourself too is really interesting.
Tell me about it.
Right? Yeah, because you're like, so that's been a huge learning thing for me.
Yes.
It's like, this can be 20 different stories depending on how we edit this thing together.
Right.
I basically and you'll see my character comes in episode 4 or at the very end of episode 3, and I really feel like I try to cut myself out as much as possible. That I have to people have to go, that's too quick of a cut. I'm like, yeah, that's the way I wanted it. Quickly cut away from me.
Well, it's interesting to see you edit yourself, but you're editing as a couple and you guys are together. So what is it like being like boyfriend and girlfriend, working on so many projects and kind of making this all work together and being so close when you create?
It actually, I think that's where we work best creatively. And I mean, editing wise, he's more big picture, so it's intimidating to me. So we film the thing and he can take it and chunk it together, like all of the footage that we've gotten. And that, to me, that is so overwhelming. I can't even imagine doing that. But once it's together, then I can come in and I do all the little micro edits, and I'm like, to the second, I'm here just like Mike, and he hates that part. So editing wise, it works out. But
And she doesn't know how to. I'm the only one that knows how to use the equipment.
yeah.
Sometimes
So I
I'm
just,
not
the
in that
next
mood.
time,
I'm
I'm
like,
like, do that.
this is good enough. This is good.
That's funny. That's how I learned. My ex-boyfriend taught me how to edit on Blender, which is funny because I was like, why Blender? And
We all ask why Blender.
but I'm on
Blender.
DaVinci now. I am now on one of the top ones, so which is easier. I don't know why we went to Blender, but yeah, he taught me, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, do that and do that. So I know you mean.
You know, they say, like, if you just don't learn it, you just make other people do it.
Make your boyfriend do it,
I'd be remiss if I didn't say this joke. Blender, I barely know her.
Okay, well.
Oh, well, speaking of that actually works perfectly because Julia has a very fun, awkward question set up for all of us.
This one's gonna be fun. Okay,
Love it.
it's mainly targeting with the fact that you guys are a couple, and that we're gonna start talking about some interesting celebrity crushes. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna go all the way around so we can criticize everyone's choices here.
Okay.
You guys aren't just gonna be in the spotlight. I like to include Hunter every once in a while.
Yes.
Seldomly.
Over there. Look at him.
Seldomly.
Okay, so one is you have to think of the most like attractive celebrity crush that people would be like, yeah, I dig that. Like guys and girls are like, yeah, they're hot. And then second is a celebrity crush that people would question you why
Oh,
you have a crush
So-
on this
I
person.
love this so much.
So round one, your hot celebrity crush.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
Let's start with ladies first, cat over in the corner.
Baby, easy peasy, apple pie, Oscar Isaac, all day, zaddy of all zaddies. Give it to me now. Done.
Oscar Isaac.
Done. Oscar Isaac.
And now Monty, who's your celebrity crush?
I'm gonna have to go with Brad Pitt. Will have to be my celebrity crush.
That's not a bad one.
Yes.
Yeah, Brad.
Yes, I could have picked a woman, but it's
Who doesn't have a crush?
yes. You can't beat the Brad Pitt.
He's like kind of like Thor. Everyone loves
Yeah.
whoever plays Thor. How do I know?
Chris-
Chris Hemsworth.
Chris
Jeez.
Hemsworth.
So for me,
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
Okay.
Which fun story. He's the reason why I started acting because I thought maybe I can get good enough to be in the same movie with Tom Holland and we'd fall in love and I could be in Zendaya's spot. Well, it didn't happen. And Zendaya's
Yes.
great, so I'm happy for you guys.
That's so sweet. Yeah.
There's only one person on God's screen earth who is like I've ever had like a genuine celebrity crush on. It happened this weekend when Florence Pugh walked out in that Venice Film Festival dress, and it's just like you can hear that Sam Smith song "Unholy" when she walks up, and I'm like, yeah, I do unholy things to be in the same room as you.
What a good that was it.
That was it. That was the moment where I was like, oh, this is real.
Wait, so who is your celebrity crush?
Florence Pugh.
Oh,
You know Florence.
I
She's
do.
about everything right now.
That smile.
Yeah.
Oh, that everything.
She's dreamy. Good
She's dreamy.
times.
So now your strange choice.
Yeah. So this is kind of on a ding 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 with podcasting. Do you guys know who Mark Maron is?
Yes, I do.
Ooh, both of the I think he's an older gentleman. Yeah, he's been in a couple films, bit parts. He was in Glow. He plays
Yeah,
the
yeah,
manager.
yeah.
That's probably where a lot of people might know him. But I have had a crush on
Yeah.
that man.
And he's an
Okay.
author too. He's very deep.
So deep,
He
so
knows-
cynical,
So
but
cynical.
yeah.
But at
I
the
love
same
his
time,
brain.
so incredibly just conscious of who he is in the world. That's sexy. There's
Yeah.
your choice.
What is the
The
word? What is
wisdom.
the word? Is it a sapio? When you're
Sapiosexual.
attracted to brains, I think
Yeah.
that's like what drew
Yeah.
me in.
Yes.
But, yeah.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Monty, who's your weird crush?
I'm gonna once again give another man.
Cat, you might
I
be
was
in
gonna
trouble.
say do it.
It's Daximus Shepherd.
Oh
Dax
no, that
Shepard.
is a
Jackson?
classic, baby.
Oh,
He's a classic?
Oh, you kidding me? That is a
Yeah.
daddy, all right.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
He agreed.
He's hot.
I get mixed reviews on him. People do. I find him attractive. More than anything, his voice and the way he speaks to people on his podcast.
His voice is a
but-
big deal.
Yeah.
If you have a deep, solid voice, that
Yeah.
can get a lot of people, regardless of your looks. and-
Especially if that's
brain.
the medium you're hearing people from.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
just talking. You guys are in people's ears all the
Oh,
time.
I
Yeah.
know. It makes me wonder. Comment
Speaking of
or
which-
go to our Instagram and DM us if you like our
Yeah.
voices.
I do like your. I was about
I
to say.
do.
Speaking of
Send
which,
your
you
phone number. That's
Hunter's
Julia's
not
invite.
single, don't.
No, this is Julia's invite to all the boys out there. Send her phone.
I'm very picky, guys. I mean, I don't
Good
know.
for you.
That
I
means
don't
you
know
gotta
if
have
that
high
works.
standards. If you want to get in the same room with Florence Pugh, you better be bringing it. Same with Julia Stein.
I will
Oh,
say, you guys, hearing y'all on this headphones, your voices are just.
Oh, really?
soothing.
Why,
Sure
thank
love
you
it.
so very much.
It almost
Oh.
gives me NPR vibes.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so much,
Wow.
Mr. Sexy Woodsman Man. So Julia, who's
Yeah,
your
Julia.
weird crush?
Okay, so my weird crush is a recent one. Jim Parsons.
Oh.
I don't know why, but okay, I'm in the part of Big Bang where he's actually being intimate with Amy, and it's kind of like, huh?
He's sweet.
And I'm
He's sweet.
finding that attractive.
He is. That's sweet. He's sweet.
I don't know. Well, and he's gay and he has a husband, and it's not like it's not like we have chances with any of these people, but it's like, I'm like, I don't know what it is, because it's just,
That's so cute.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But
I
yeah.
get it. That's a great one. That's a good
Yeah.
That one would work for you. He's very tall. You're very tall. It
Yeah.
works just fine.
Yeah, he would be taller than me. That'd be nice.
That'd
I'm
be
usually
nice.
the same height as my boyfriend.
I see the underlying fabric in this quilt, but I have one to beat you.
Oh my
my weird
God.
crush is the weirdest crush of all. We've actually met on before we started on the show. We were talking about her.
Okay.
Oh.
She runs in every email we send, we want this podcast to be like fresh air, because my celebrity crush, the voice who brings me in every time, is a Miss Terry Gross.
Interesting.
Yeah. And sure, I joke all the time, Laura Dern, yeah.
Oh, good one.
But no, it's Terry. Terry, call me.
Oh my God, Terry, call me. Can I double down? Can I just
Yeah.
say me too?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll enter a frapple with Terry Gross.
We can have,
I'd like to
we can
live
have
with
tea.
him.
Yeah.
Have tea together someday. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Let's make it happen.
Let's make it
Terry
happen.
Gross, I love that so much.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
I
well,
believe it. Yeah,
this has been fun,
Oh
and you
my
guys
God.
are
Delightful.
amazing. And we
You
love
are.
you so much.
we love you. This is awesome.
Thank you so much for all the support too.
Of
You guys are really
course.
awesome, supportive, and building up this community.
Yeah,
in Denver.
it's
Thank
really
you guys.
cool. Thank you.
Yeah, well, we love this community. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing this. So,
Yeah. We'd be at home in our underwear.
which does sound nice. But let's move on. And where can they support you?
Let me throw these out there. We got an Instagram, Scrappy Dog Picture. Right now, it will be Scrappy Dog Pictures. We just had to figure out. We mismade an Instagram, and now we got to log back in to deactivate it.
Oh, that's fun.
Scrappy Dog Picture on Instagram. We can go to B&B's B&B on YouTube. All these platforms were turned into our Scrappy Dog Pictures releases, which is where Wrestlers will be. The production company Wrestlers will be under, and that's the production company that B&B is under as well.
And
you
for
so
all the
much.
listeners out there, whatever you're doing, just stop freaking doing it and support some locally produced film.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if you're stuck in a B&B, that also might be a cult.
Stay tuned to find out. It's
Or-
a community, sir.
Or if you're anywhere else in Colorado,
Stay creative, Colorado.